Your growth is going to bring out insecurities in people around you. Because when you no longer tolerate these cycles of negativity, these cycles, right, that entrench you and wrap you into the fear and the guilt cycle that you're in, and you start to elevate your standards, you start to live above reproach, and you start this process of self-innovation, people are gonna, especially when you're in an intimate relationship, if you're in this negative cycle, they're gonna experience your growth and they're gonna have a fear of abandonment in the process. That's why they sabotage and try to undermine your growth and personal development journey. Why? Because they know that they're either gonna have to evolve with you or you're gonna evolve out of the relationship without them. See, the pathway to true transformation inside of marriage is influence. So many men try to lead with dominance instead of trying to lead with influence. I mean, think about it. When there were times in your life where you changed, was it because you were forced to or coerced to? Or was it because that you were inspired? Your inspiration in other people is going to bring out their insecurities. Why? Because they're going to feel the heat. They're going to feel the pressure, right? We choose to change when either we see the light or we feel the pain. And when people start to feel the pain, what happens is you have to learn to embrace the space, because you're going to see their negative reaction, her negative reaction, as evidence to support the fact that you're not on the right path. Because why? You're looking for validation, you're looking for affirmation, you're looking for recognition, and you're starting to feel the distance that's growing. And you're confusing that distance with the distance that you've had in the past. But my brother, I want to encourage you. I want to let you know that sometimes you got to embrace that space, because how can she know the power of your presence if she never feels your absence? Your absence can be a good thing, because sometimes, right, you have to go into that chamber where it's you and you alone, you versus you, where you're investing in you, where you're changing you, and you're not doing it for an outcome. You're detached from the outcome. You're all about focusing internally, because you understand that the external consequences, external crises in our life are always manifestations of internal ones first. See, when we don't prioritize our inner conflict, what happens? It bleeds out and it creates collateral damage in our life. So don't get discouraged when you're on a growth journey. A lot of guys inside the Total Breakthrough Academy, they experience this in the very beginning. Why? Because the growth is exponential in the beginning. And what they get is they get negative repercussions. They get, right, that ricochet effect where what? Their growth starts to bring out insecurities in their wife, because their wife knows, right, despite how long she blamed you, she knows that she has a part in this. But in reality, she was waiting for you to take action first. And when you began to do that, right, now it's her time. In the same way that you exhibited denial and resistance in the past, right, now she's exhibiting the same denial and the same resistance. So what I want to tell you is remove your instant gratification mindset. Don't let anything stop you from this journey. The goal is you coming out a better man regardless of what happens in your marriage. That's the only pathway to this. Don't do this to win your wife back. Don't do this to just get validation from your wife. Don't do this, right, so you can restore intimacy. Brother, you're doing this to become a better man. You're doing this because you see that the crux of this whole thing is that the marital issues that you're experiencing, all they were was just an entry point for you to do some work that you've been procrastinating on, for you to do some work that you've needed to do for years, if not decades. God created these problems inside your marriage so that you could have the ability and the access and the proximity to powerful people who can aid you in the process to transform and change your life. You just want an outcome? Or do you want to experience real transformation?